Holy moly, Dow Jones down 1.94%, 2.38 on the S&P 500, NASDAQ down 2.75. NASDAQ was green this morning, Russell down 2.12. What does this have to do with what's happening tomorrow? Well, in my opinion, everything. Because what we're about to talk about with expectations for tomorrow ain't that great. But what is great is you can get 50% off on the programs on Building Your Wealth, link down below. The CPI report comes out tomorrow, and boy, oh boy, it's expected to get worse, not better. I mean, even at the top of the Financial Times, we've got global hunger risk rises as talks stall on Ukraine grain blockade. Boy, that's a mouthful. But yes, 20 million tons of grain being held up. The United Nations warning about a health crisis because of famine in emerging countries. This sucks. And it's going to lead energy and food costs to go up in the United States as well. And that's probably going to get reflected in the May CPI read, which comes out again at 5:30 a.m. Pacific time and 8:30 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow morning. I'll probably go live on the channel, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, folks, housing. We've got housing makes up about 1/3 of a weight in CPI. We expect housing to go up. That is specifically rents. Rents have kind of a lagging indicator in the CPI report. So unfortunately, with housing being a 1/3 weight and rents going up on average about 0.5% month over month every month, we tend to keep getting high inflation, right? So we're getting high inflation from housing, energy, food, travel housing, so like lodging and hotels. Boy, last month up 1.7%. At an annualized rate, that's over 19%. Way too hot. Fed not going to be very happy about that. Travel, transportation services last month were up 3.1% in 1 month. That's nearly a 40% annualized gain in transportation services. Air travel was up 10.7% in March and up 18.6% in April. You don't even want to annualize those numbers because you'd be talking like 200% increases in airfare. Absolutely insane. The only thing actually going down, though, cruises within transportation. Cruises are seeing their prices go down, which is definitely weighing on cruise ship stocks. And folks are wondering, why is this? Because it seems like people are kind of over the pandemic, but for some reason, cruise demand isn't blowing up as much as air travel demand is. And cruise lines appear to be having a harder time, at least according to Bank of America's Research Institute, having a harder time attracting new customers, potentially why they're seeing actually prices come down to increase competitiveness, right? We do expect apparel prices to come down. They did last month as well. Expect them to come down now as well. We also expect technology costs to come down. We've got commodities for IT, like chip wafers or whatever, silicone. Those went down 5.3% last month. Hopefully we see more of these reductions in costs here as supply chains unsnarl. TV down 2.19%. PC computers, personal computers down 2.12% last month. So we'll see where these main sectors that were big movers last month come in the CPI report tomorrow. Well, let's talk about the big numbers that everybody always wants to talk about when it comes to CPI. Right after I mentioned that if you want to get a free stock up to $1,000, make sure to go to metkevin.com/public. Go to metkevin.com/public, click the link down below, sign up, deposit any amount of money, and you will get a platform that does not buy or sell your user information. They will give you a free stock worth up to $1,000. You can follow me there at Meet Kevin on the public platform, where you can share trade ideas and purchase crypto and stocks and do it all through the very convenient and easy to use public app. Check them out via the link down below or go to metkevin.com/public. And then remember, you get up to $1,000 in free stock. All right, so let's look at some of these charts here, all right? Woo, boy, look at this one, all right? Month over month CPI expectations. Last month, we were at 0.3. Well, here's the bar chart. Midpoint, 0.7 is the current forecasted month-over-month inflation rate. Unfortunately, when you multiply 0.7, you end up with 8.4% when you multiply it by 12. That's a little bit of a bummer because that's kind of where headline inflation is. It's at 8.3%. That's more than the headline inflation read. It's not good. What we really need here is a big miss to the downside on the headline number, but unfortunately nobody's expecting that we're actually going to get that right now. So hopefully we do, but hope only goes so far. Core CPI was last month 0.6. It's now expected to come in at 0.5. core strips out the more volatile food and energy category, the very tippy top one over here. We'll get to strip that out. When we strip that out, we've got estimates here coming in at a midpoint of 0.5 right here, sort of in the middle of this chart. And then in my little drawings here, you could see where the estimates really are. So like, for example, on the month over month, you've got the bulk of them here between 0.65 and 0.85. Right here, you got the bulk of the estimates coming in between 0.45 and 0.55. And again, we're expecting 0.5. Last month, we were at 0.6. And we go over here to CPI year over year. This is your headline news grabber. We were last month at 8.3%. And this is a pretty almost even distribution here of where the estimates are coming in. But the vast majority of them right here between 8.2 and 8.3. But look, whether we get 8.1 or 8.4 or anything in between doesn't really matter, because quite frankly, inflation is just way too high. I don't think this is the CPI report that's going to show that, okay, we've got an actual decline in inflation. Maybe come September, but probably not May's CPI report. So we've got some more waiting to do. Tomorrow, about an hour and a half after the CPI report comes out, we will also get consumer expectations for inflation in 1 year. This is very important. It was at 5.3%. We need it to stay at 5.3%. That is, consumers expect inflation to be 5.3% in a year from now, or come down. If those inflation expectations go up, very bad signal to the Federal Reserve. Expect more Fed speak about how hard they're going to fight inflation, and they're going to get inflation down, they're going to raise rates, they're going to do what they got to do, blah, 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 blah. We expect consumer sentiment to come in at 58.1. Remember, any read above 50 is positive in this sort of survey. Below 50 is a negative. 58.1 is a pretty low sentiment, though. we are at 2008 levels of sentiment, and this can go below 50. It's not below 50 right now, but we'll get an update for consumer sentiment from the University of Michigan. Well, folks, that is tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. Check out the programs on Building Your Wealth down below, and make sure to take that 50% off with that coupon code. Also, make sure to go to mekevin.com/public to get your $1,000 in free stock, or up to $1,000 in free stock. Darn, if only it was a full 1,000. And folks, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much. Bye.